I think that just being a woman is like just fun in general because I think it's just much easier to like connect with people. I find myself just like easily being able to talk to like almost any girl and just like there's always something that like we'll both have in common or just like it'll be always just like a fun like little conversation that's light.
I feel like there is a different kind of like connection between just girls. Like, you know how like sometimes we'll just have like girls' nights and it's like a completely different feel than if it was like just like all of your friends like hanging out together.
I feel like a lot of women have that power of being able to like have super deep and also like funny little silly fun conversations with each other. I love fashion. I love that I get to get dressed up and I get to put effort into it. I also hate that I have to get dressed up and put effort into it.
One of my favorite things to do as a woman is like shop with my sisters and my mom and my friends.
I love girlhood and sisterhood. I love how much I love clothes is very feminine. I hate the irrational emotional feelings I have sometimes. I hate my hormones and I hate the pain I get every month. I also hate inequality of being a woman. So.
I love so many things about like the expectations of women, and then there's also so many things I'm like, why is that an expectation of women? I do not want to have to fit into that.
I think also part of being a woman means you get put on like a higher pedestal. You have bigger expectations. People expect you to reach certain expectations, and I think that can be super stressful. I think there's a lot of pressure on women to be almost perfect.
If I was to say what I think society thinks the definition of feminine is, it's like delicate, kind, graceful, all these things. But I think it really can be like whatever you personally feel like is your essence. I don't know if that's like a good way of putting it, but it really is different for everyone. And being feminine can just mean being true to yourself if that's what you want it to be.
I think what I think femininity means is just like anything that is like tied to being a woman. And that definitely goes beyond pink and girly and all of that. But that obviously it's part of that. But yeah, I think anyone that is a woman is feminine.
I feel like I do fit in some days. I think it depends on the day. Some days I feel like getting dressed up and looking good. But most days I just feel like wearing a cool outfit that tends to be like more masculine. So I feel like I don't generally fit in with a feminine mold, but I don't hate it. Like sometimes I like to be feminine, but I think that's what's fun about being an individual and your own person is that you can go where you want to go and have your own style.
Sacrifice is a big part of like being a woman in society, where you sacrifice your time to, and while like I think a lot of these things are very noble, I think does create a lot of pressure too. So I think like sacrificing your like a career for your family, which also on the flip side could be noble, but that is seen as very like feminine, or sacrificing your own comfortability for somebody else. And while all these things can be good, because everyone should be like sacrifice for somebody else, to a certain extent, I think it can get too much where a woman almost forgets herself because she has this idea of the feminine and sacrificing so much.
I think what has helped me to get to know myself is definitely having, like, I have a great relationship with my family. Adore them. I go home whenever I can. But I think having time to myself where, like, I'm not constantly hearing other people's advice and hearing what other people think my life should be, and instead really having to just, like, sit with myself and be like, I get to choose. I'm my own agent. So what do I want? And just kind of, like, sitting with that and consulting with God or consulting when I want to with others, not getting, like, unsolicited advice. So I think my greatest advice is just, like, be comfortable in, like, the wait. Be comfortable in not knowing just yet.
in high school I would just go thrifting by myself a lot. And so I was alone and I could like say what I liked and didn't like without the influence of other people. So I think that's what it means to like, I don't know, find who you are and what you like is making sure you're alone and just being true to yourself.
If you're a woman and you're doing it, then I think it's feminine. And like, you don't need to fit into a certain box. Like, if what you can like what you like, and that can be feminine.
I feel like it's important to be genuine to yourself and like what you actually want to wear and look like and do, and not just like what the people around you are doing.
It's important to step back and have compassion on yourself and being like, you know what, I'm doing okay. And even if you do fall into something like, oh, I did that because someone else wanted me to, or I did that because I felt pressured, like, I think it's important to have compassion on yourself.
I had a friend, it was like a blind date, but he was like, we were just talking and he was like, I learned the power of having one friend. And I feel like that hit me like pretty hardcore too, because I was like, I think I've experienced that. Like, if you just have one friend who like is your friend that like truly you can like rely on in times of need and like who you can go back to with anything, I feel like it just makes like an emotional safe place and you're just able to wade through everything else that's happening around you.
I think social media and media in general is like, will try to convince you of the box that you need to be in to be feminine and to find that worth as a woman. And so I think taking the time to just consider what makes you feel good. Like, I think it's hard. I don't know if femininity is exactly the word I would use as much as I would just say like it comes when you figure out what makes you, what makes you comfortable in yourself. And then from that, because you're a woman, you can attribute that to your femininity.